Hey guys, Seth here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I have another mail day to share with you related to our Grail Quest challenge. This time the card's coming from COMC.com. Check out my cards. I was lucky enough to find a couple users running 50% off deals, and I was able to snag a number of cards of early to mid 2000s legends that I'm excited to share with you now, as well as my thought process and what I plan to do from like a grading standpoint. So without further ado, let's hop into the video.
Welcome back, everyone, to our second mail day as part of the Grail Quest challenge. This mail day is coming straight from the website COMC. Check out mycards.com. And basically what I started doing was I was just searching on COMC, looking up some specific players, and actually ended up finding a couple of sellers who it looked like they were running some sort of limited time discounts. So for example, I think one seller, all of his items were 50% off, at least from the SRP. And so I'll talk through some of those as I show them to you. But basically, I just found what I thought was a lot of good deals and something that I thought really represented what we're trying to do with the Grail Quest challenge, which is obviously find value and look to add value through potentially grading cards. So with all that out of the way, I will pop open some of these cards and you can get a sense of kind of what I'm thinking, and I'll kind of talk through my strategy or thought process for each of these cards as well. So the first one we have here is the Ronaldo Mega Bombers. This is a insert from the Mega Crack set. I believe this was from 2004, 2005, and not a foil or anything like that, but iconic player. And just with the discounts, I think this was, $6.49. So I just figured very high floor, pretty minimal downside. There is a bit of chipping on the top, so I haven't decided yet if I'm going to grade this or look to just resell it for more of a market value, but just thought that was too good of a deal to pass up on that one. The next one is the Ronaldinho Mundi Chromo 2004-2005. This is basically just the base card, but iconic set just because it's the set where one of Lionel Messi's rookies are, and obviously again, iconic player. You can see the card is a bit off center, left to right. Otherwise seems to be in good shape. I do think I'll try to set this one off for grading just because, like I said, it's an iconic player. It looks to be in really great shape. And I just figure even in 8, this is still a really nice card. And this one we paid $12.74. So again, just thought it was a good price, minimal downside, and then if we can get even an 8, I think there's potential upside here. I was looking at comps, so the most recent SGC 7 sold for $99, and SGC 8.5 sold for somewhere around between $70 and $95, the two most recent sales, and then an SGC 8 actually sold most recently for $150. So really just looking to probably ship this off to SGC, hope it gets at least an 8. And then here we're looking at potentially doubling our investment just on that one alone. Here we have another Ronaldinho. This is an insert from 2003-2004 Mundi Chromo. This one you can see is it's got more of that hollow, like refractor type look to it, which I think is just really beautiful. And looking at even just the centering, these cards are kind of hard to find centered, and some of them look, much worse than this. So just given the condition of the card, the just sort of the aesthetic nature of it, I thought it was a good pickup that I'll, again, plan to send into grading. And hope to create some value through a relatively high grade. This one was actually kind of pricey. This was actually $37, but I just figured looking at some of the comps, as long as it does grade out relatively well, we should be able to at least recoup money, and if not, have some upside for a nice return there. And again, this is sort of just an example of, if I was buying this for, my personal collection, this is like kind of a buy what you like example where, I think it looks amazing. It's an iconic player. Even if it grades out and I break even, this would be something where I would be happy just to have it in my collection. Continuing the theme with Ronaldinho. So this one is the 2007-2008 Mundi Chromo Fichas de la Liga. This is the security refractor. You can see it says security. It's the vertical security refractor. This one we only paid $887 for. So again, just probably half of what it should have been being sold for. Looking at the condition, often these cards have a lot of chipping on the back, just giving the borders, and this one actually seems to be pretty clean. So pretty excited about that. Looking forward to sending that in and seeing what we can get there. But just an awesome looking card. These old inserts are just so cool. And then another Ronaldinho insert. So this is from 2007-2008 Mundi Chromo. This is the Top Once, the horizontal security refractor. And it sort of has this like galaxy look to it. But again, this is another one that often will have chipping, just the all green backs. Looks like maybe a little bit down there in that corner, but for the most part, looks to be in good shape. We'll send it off and see how we do. This is another one that was around $30, so a bit more expensive than, I did not get this one as part of the 50% off deal. But again, just beautiful card, iconic player. Kind of tough to go wrong as long as you're buying in line with comps there. So then the next one we got is the Luis Figo. This is from 2004-2005 Mega Cracks. This one you will notice is the same set as the Messi 71 Biz. So iconic set. Figo being an iconic player, really some would probably say like the second greatest Portuguese player in history, or at least, top three for sure. And I do think there's a play in targeting these iconic sets where, people like Messi or, some of these, GOATs have their rookie cards, and buying other great players, just because people are going to be looking at this set for the Grail chases. But then, you just have so many good players in these sets that I think just attention in general will continue to flock to those sets as people look for Messi's, and then they'll pick up some of these other legendary players along the way. And this card was only just short of like $14. So again, just taking into account the grading fee, looking to create value through grading. Just thought, again, the high floor, high upside play. And then these last two I thought were really interesting. So as I was on COMC, I found a couple of these Fuchera cards where I think the specific name is the Platinum World Stars Lenticular. So they're kind of like the hologram cards and almost have like a 3D look to them. And they have different sets. So they have, this one is a playmaker, so they have some like midfielders. Figo, I think they have like a Steven Gerrard, but just really I thought these were super unique. I tried to look and see if any of these were graded anywhere, and I couldn't find any, which I guess my plan here is to try and send these in to get graded. At the very least, they'll be a rare card. I will do some more research though, just to see if there's a reason why they haven't been graded, or maybe it's just like this is such an obscure set. I know Fuchera is not a Panini brand, but I just thought these were so unique and so cool that I figured I'd take a flyer on them. The Figo, this one I paid $8 for. Just thought it was, thought process here, legendary player, super unique card, just looks cool. I think it looked really cool in a slab. So yeah, excited to grab that one. And then along with that, I also picked up the Thierry Henry. It says shoot, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, shoot. So again, just targeting some of these legendary, great players. unique cards at good price points. This one was $9. So yeah, that's my thought process. Would love to know what you guys think. I think in general for this batch, I try to target legendary players, and or legendary sets or unique cards where the price point was reasonable, either because it was just undervalued, or like I said, I found a couple of COMC sellers that were having pretty large sales. So hoping to take advantage of that, and we'll likely plan to send most of these in for grading and see if we can't get some really good grades and create some value. But would love to know what you guys think about that. Kind of different than the last mail day, but like I said, we'll continue to talk about my thought process on these pickups as I continue. And then stick around for this. I'll do a quick run through on the Grail Quest ledger, just a snapshot of what we've purchased so far, what our bankroll looks like, and we actually had our first sale. So excited to run through that with you all. But thanks again for tuning in. Talk to you later. All right, and here's a current snapshot of the Grail Quest ledger. So as you recall, we started with a $1,000 initial investment. And as of right now, at the time of recording, we have purchases totaling $280. We have not yet incurred any grading fees, although that will likely change in the next week or so as I ship off the first batch of cards to grading. And we did make our first sale. So if you recall in the last video, we had a Trent Alexander-Arnold Topps Chrome 2021 Gold Refractor that I purchased for $20. And I recently accepted an offer for $50 for that card just yesterday. So after fees, that came out to $43.50. So our current bankroll sits at $763. You can see, given the current lowest price for the Messi 2004 Mega Crack 71 Biz PSA 8 of $8,000, or best offer on eBay, we're still just shy of 10% of the way to our goal. As I mentioned, I think this initial stage will be a lot of, we're making purchases, we'll have some sales, but really once we send off cards to be graded and get those grading submissions back, that's when we'll really start to see some more progress towards our goal, as we're able to sell some of those cards and realize some of the value that we create through grading. So just a quick rundown of the details. So here's basically our detail inventory. As I mentioned, the Trent Alexander-Arnold card we bought for $20. We just sold for $50, $6.50 in fees. So our net sales there is $43.50. The two Virgil van Dijks, and then the Figo and Raul Mundi Chromo inserts that we showed in the last video, I have sent those off to PSA just last week. So once those are graded, we'll get charged for those, and then we'll be able to obviously sell those hopefully for a decent profit, depending on the grades. The remaining cards here, rows 6 through 13. So these are the ones we just went through. You can see, for the most part, got most of them for at or around, at or below $10, $12. The two exceptions being the two Ronaldinho Mundi Chromo inserts, but both of those not only look great, but I think, look to be in very gradable condition. So I am excited to send those off and just see what happens there. I do think for the second, so basically for these cards here, I think what I'll do is send those to SGC. And my thought process is basically, we've sent these 4 up here highlighted in green. We sent those 4 off to PSA. The turnaround time there is likely going to be like 4 months. And while I think that PSA does carry a higher premium in the market, I don't want to have all of my investments in this project tied up in PSA submissions, especially if some sort of backlog gets built and then we're waiting, longer than 4 months. So I think just for the purposes of trying to realize value and turn this investment over faster, I'm going to start sending more cards to SGC as we wait on the cards that we have at PSA. And I think I'll probably do another video at some point in the future talking about like how to think through SGC versus PSA, both in terms of a challenge like this where we're trying to create value, but also in terms of just, long-term collecting and holding. But just wanted to provide a quick snapshot here. Let me know if you have any questions or comments on the cards that I've purchased to date. Like I said, always happy to talk through my thought process and answer any questions. And just, yeah, I mean, if you like this video and you like this type of stuff, please give it a like. It really helps the video. And, would love to just interact with any of you who are interested in this kind of stuff. So thanks again for tuning in, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Let me know what you thought of the cards I picked up. If you thought I got any deals, any that you liked, any that you didn't like, leave a comment below. And if you made it this far, would really appreciate it if you could give this video a like. It does a lot to help surface this video for users like yourself that might be interested in Grail Quest or some of the other content I'm putting out. So thanks again. Talk to you again soon. Bye.